Oh, baby. What a way to start off. What a way to start off this stream with a nice little $2,000 dump dildo party right in your face. But there is plenty to discuss on the back end of that little dippity dip, if you want to call it that, as we get into this one. A lot to discuss actually on the medium and higher term timeframes here, and very important closures actually coming in for today for the 5-day as well, which are very likely going to, I suppose, predispose Bitcoin and crypto to a nice little party, perhaps. Anyways, I see that there's 666 people watching right now. Holy shit, that's a nice number. That might be an omen of bad things to be coming. But I would like to wish you a nice and happy morning nonetheless. And I see a lot of familiar faces in here. What's up, Mr. John Dude? K Diddle Dizzle. Got the name right today. Tim Smith, King Cosmic. Good morning, man. Johnny, Adam Barlin. We got Crypto Moods. We got a lot of familiar faces, actually. This is really, really cool. God damn, man. And, 705 people watching right now. 43 likes. We're not doing too well on that front. We're doing pretty bad. Maybe people didn't like the intro, but that's okay. That's okay. We will still survive. And I see Crypto Kiwi, an OG of this cave. Tino's another OG. I see some Greek avatars here. I absolutely love the Greeks. I'm the biggest fan of the Greeks. I just want to be Greek myself. Mr. Alial, there he is. Alial is Elsa's favorite person, by the way. We actually met Alial and his lovely wife Donna about a year ago, actually, to the day. Elsa says they're both my favorite people, and they took us to like their random friends party, like we don't fucking know or nothing like that. Like it was completely fine. But Elsa and Allie were getting drunk as fuck together, and I look over at both of them, and they have like this massive red glow in their face, and they're just having the best time. I'm like, yep, all right, he's a good friend. I love this guy. What's up, Ian Terry? Good morning to you, man. J.A. Mr. Caretaker, my fucking favorite coder of all time. It should be everyone's favorite fucking coder of all time. I mean, Jesus Christ, man. I don't even think people realize how powerful the goddamn HPDR is at this point. I'll show that shit till the day I die because, well, it's something that I use every fucking day. Anyways, Matt Jensen in the house. Arizona. My parents are actually moving to Arizona. Don't know what the hell's over there, but enjoy, I guess. Caretaker goated. Yeah, man. No, for real, the HPDR bands and just HPDRO are they're just, I think they're totally ingenious. Totally ingenious. Caretaker takes care of us. He does. But you don't want to know where the name Caretaker is from, because I being a naive fucking nerd, thought that Caretaker was a reference to some sort of like video game character, I think from The Witcher. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. You told me the story. It wasn't that at all. It was much more sinister, but good shit, man. Yeah, Chicago, you just moved from there. Nice, man. I actually see a lot of people moving to there. It seems to be kind of like the place to go right now. Yisao from another Greek. I don't know what the hell that means. I don't know any of the Greek language except for like a few of the better known words like hubris, because I read the Iliad as a kid. But I absolutely love Greek, man. Or Greece. I eat Greek food every fucking day, and like literally every day. And I just want to have a place in Greece at some point in my life, hopefully soon, because that is just like, to me, it's, yeah, I just want to be there. I just want to be there. I just want to be Greek. That's all, man. That's it. No libtard states is not quite savage. I'm from a libtard state, and I've lived in many libtard cities. Like I lived in San Francisco. I lived in Eugene, Oregon. Holy shit, man! You want to talk about fucking libtard? That's like the center of it all. And then even Chicago as well. I actually liked them all. Well, actually, no, I didn't. But I did like Chicago. Chicago was cool. I didn't really have any problems there, to be honest with you. Greek and greasy. Yes, Elsa calls me a greasy Italian, but Greeks and Italians are kind of like the same thing anyways. Slimy Italian. Yeah, slimy Italian. That's right. Krown. SF is Gotham City. Glad you got out of California. I haven't been there in a very long time now, man. It's closer to 10 years now than since I've been there than not. I think the last time I was there was like 2017. I understand that this is boring for everyone who's just here for price action. We'll get to that soon enough. I just want to make sure that everything's ready and set in the background. By the way, I want to say a massive thank you for all of the well wishes to Elsa. She is doing quite well now. She's recovered pretty damn well overnight. It seems like I'm looking at her right now. She looks happy, kind of. She's back on her computer, and that means she'll be able to get back to some of the emails, because I've been getting a few comments about that. Totally understand, but you know, she was in some bad ways yesterday. I'll put it that way. Pump Daddy Krown. I used to be Dump Daddy Krown, and I see, the thing is, man, is that I actually get a lot more joy out of being bearish. Problem is that hasn't been a bear market for quite some time. Still, some people haven't fucking realized that, funnily enough, whatever, or maybe not funnily enough. It's very interesting to see, you know, to kind of review the past year of comments and whatnot. But at the end of the day, man, price goes up, feels good too. And well, here we are as Bitcoin brushes up against pretty much prior all-time highs at this point. And as we go through in today's video, there are several things that do point towards, I mean, based upon tonight's closure, we could very easily see a new all-time high in the next 5 to 10 days. Probably on the lower end of that, like closer to 5 days than 10 days, I would imagine. And realistically, you know, on a move like we're likely witnessing, if and when Bitcoin does break all-time highs, you're going to see a decent shot into $70,000, and then you'll see a, you know, probably a nice washout dump after that. I suppose this is kind of like last chance for a little bit of a washout dump right here. I mean, we did just see like what, a $2,000, $3,000 move to the downside. It didn't even feel like anything really. But realistically, as we're going to go through in today's video, Bitcoin just retested one of the HPDR ranges, and well, you know, if that's anything to go off of, and unless we're like truly witnessing a reversal here, that's probably the low of the day, if I had to guess. What about the micro damps? I just took a micro damp before the stream, man. I was rushing over to my microphone here. I don't know what I ate last night. Maybe I ate too late. It wasn't micro either, it says also. It was a mega dump. That's right. It was a mega dump. Destroyed my toilet, but that's what toilets are for, to destroy. And the toilets here in Dubai are actually very, very good. I was concerned about that because, you know, many places, toilets can't handle my shits. One time in Chicago when I was living there, in the background here, you can actually see where I was living. I had to call the fucking maintenance in my building 3 times in 1 week, and like this big ass fucking black dude comes in for the 3rd time in the same week. And by the way, I do this like every month already, but the 3rd time in the same week is like, man, what the fuck you eating? And I couldn't stop laughing. CB scamming again? Who's CB? Who is CB? I don't even know. I don't even know the crypto names anymore at this point. But fair enough. Straight ground beef, baby. I was on the ground beef and ketchup diet at that point, and eggs. And man, my shits were coming out like bricks, and it was not good, dude. Anyways, Adam Barlin has an interesting comment here. He says, "I would think if Fidelity did 404 million today, IBIT could have done 600, 700 million. Oh, you're talking about inflows, I'm guessing, to these ETFs. That seems to be the big meme going on recently, and for good reason. I mean, it is real. I mean, those are real. That's not really a meme. I mean, those are like real buys at the end of the day. That's why it actually fucking matters, because the only thing that matters really is buys and sells, not fucking news pieces or anything like this. Of course, you know, inflows actually do matter, of course. King Cosmo says, when's the last time you soiled your pants? I know someone who soiled their pants, but I think I did it. Oh yeah, actually I do remember the last time. It was in 2019, and I was flying from Iceland to Chicago, and I ate a bunch of, I was at the airport in Iceland I was going from Helsinki to Chicago, and I landed in Iceland, and I was hungry as fuck, and I ate a bunch of their raw salmon, which as an American who doesn't have this like strong Nordic stomach was not a good decision. And that stuff came flying out exactly as it went in. And I didn't realize it because, you know, I thought I was just having a case of the farts, and unfortunately I was gambling on those farts, and I lost. And at that point I actually took out my underwear and I threw it in the toilet, and that was that. Never again. They taste really, really good though, which is quite unfortunate, and it's also very high quality proteins, wasted proteins as well, which makes me shed a tear. But it is what it is, man. Anyways, BM says, will Bitcoin profits rotate into alt? In the institutional buyers aren't going to be selling any of the Bitcoin from the ETF. I think that this is always subjective to talk about. You don't fucking know, but do I think that profits will rotate? I don't know if things will rotate. I don't know if profits will rotate, but the rotations have been going on for a while now. It's just Bitcoin is leading the market. This is very reminiscent of 2017, extremely reminiscent of 2017, where Bitcoin leads the market. And really, until Bitcoin actually tops, we're probably not going to see like any sort of massive altcoin gains versus Bitcoin. But altcoins are gaining on the whole versus US dollar, just not as at the same pace as Bitcoin. Therefore, their Bitcoin pairing goes down in general. Not all of them. Of course, the strong alts have been absolutely fucking face melting rallies, but those are a little bit few and far between, and those are mostly just the new crop of shitcoins. Anyways, it's not the old stuff that I think a lot of people are probably still holding on to, or still hoping and praying for, which it could certainly go up, but it's not going to be pound for pound as much as the new stuff that's been going on here. Dash Iron CA says non-institutional players who profit from prices will increase, will rotate. Again, look, like I would not like promise that that's going to happen, but you don't know the fucking reason why that's happening, but it is happening. Yes. So that's always my problem when it comes to like talking about why something happened. You actually never know why a move happened other than the simple fact that there was more buyers than sellers. Any other explanation than that, in any case, is actually wrong. It's actually wrong because it can't be true. You don't know. There's a million billion people in this market, and well, they're all probably thinking different things. Anyways, Krown's shorts got wrecked. Yes, because I'm very, very short right now, as you know. You can see into my accounts. It's amazing, man. It's like, where do people get this? I don't want to say this like in like a bragging tone, but I've been one of the probably bigger bulls since December of 2022. And I have all the videos to prove it. So, just fucking dumb comments on the internet, I guess. Elio Trades brought me here. Fuck yeah, man. Elio Trades is the man. He's a good friend. I've known him I was thinking about it last night, actually. I was thinking about Elliot. I've known him for over 6 years now. Over 6 fucking years. One of the best guys in this space. Adam Barlin says ETF investors are not going to rotate. You just don't know that. You just don't know that. They can't rotate. You don't know that. They can obviously take their money out of the market and, put it into crypto in another venue. Of course, like, this is not impossible. Again, this is my problem with explanations as to why price action does something. No, it's just not. You just do not know. There's no way to know that. They are only theories, and unfortunately, there's no way to prove them. There's absolutely no way to prove them. That's my big problem with channels that talk about the news and talk about this and that, anything other than fucking price. Because if you're talking about anything other than price when talking about why price will do something, it's wrong. It's just straight up fucking wrong because you don't know. I'd short my relationships as Range Warrior. Fair enough, man. Chris says, hard to keep up with convo in these comments. Yeah, man, we actually even do have the slow mode on as well. I'm just waiting a couple more minutes here for a few more people to join in, and then we'll get into the actual content of the day. I want to make sure that this one flows like my shits this morning, because there's actually a really good throughput on what's likely to happen today. Let me check out my own stuff over here. My short that's actually a long is actually doing quite well right now, so that's nice. Thank you. Anyways, but will the Balkan dwarf outpace Bitcoin? I think actually it kind of has, or no. I'm looking at it versus Ethereum. It's outpacing Ethereum generally, but memes like that. I mean, memes like that actually are kind of some of the ones that have been doing quite well recently, aren't they? Didn't mean to caps locks. Apologies. All good, man. It's like you're yelling at me. It's terrible. On Red Candle Days, can you show the South Side Chicago in the background? Unfortunately, I don't actually have that loaded up on the computer here. I've actually never been to Chicago South Side, despite living in Chicago River North for like, I don't know, 5-6 years. Something like that. Sir, are you shilling TMTG? I don't even know what the hell that is. Erica Krown Nano Cave. Wow, the names just get better and better. What's up, Simon Carter? Good morning to you, man. I've been feeling max FOMO today, says Heapify Me. Are you in the market or not? That's why you like Chicago. Probably. I to be honest, I had a pretty good experience in Chicago just overall. I pretty much only oscillated between River North and where I worked in, what even was it called? The Loop. Yeah, The Loop. That's it. It's been a while, man. It's been a long time. I do kind of get city sick for that place. It was cool. All right, sweet. All right. Let's get into the content of the day. Let me just make sure that I got my charts ordered properly here. Okay. When is this trade gonna close? Oh shit, no. It's oh wow. It's gonna hold on for a little bit longer. Sweet. Okay, cool. My bot slaves in the background doing all the dirty work, which is what we want. Little slaves, do your shit. Let me take another sip of this water, then we'll get to it. Okay. It's perhaps a historic day or a historic week in the making right here with Bitcoin right up against prior all-time highs after playing out, a couple $1,000 dump from the current $68,500 high. That's what I'm trying to say. But as we go over in today's video, there are several things that are on the verge of confirming tonight's daily closure, that in alignment with today's daily statistics do start to make a lot of sense for really, potentially making new all-time highs for Bitcoin in the next, 5 to 10 days, if that does indeed happen. So first things first, I'll bring you to the chart view right on over here. And we'll start off with a chart that we were actually looking at, I think, last week, just kind of as a general analysis, interesting chart. It's a pi cycle high and low chart. I'm more interested, obviously, in the high right here. And, of course, what I'm looking at, particularly in this instance, is this white moving average, which over time, from cycle to cycle, or from high to high, I should say, because I'm not a big fan of these cycles anymore, or cycles in that way. We do see that anytime that Bitcoin is broken above on a closing basis, that weekly, on a weekly time frame, the white moving average, that's when Bitcoin's gone absolutely fucking lunar. Of course, it doesn't necessarily mean that it goes absolutely lunar at exactly that moment, but over time, yes, that is, the general thing. And when I say close above it, I need to see an open and close above it. This was this was perhaps a comment that I forgot to mention, or perhaps I was misheard last time that I spoke about it, but needs to open and close above it. So for example, in this particular one right here, we do see that it actually does not open and close above the white moving average. It does close ever so slightly, does open ever so slightly below. But anytime that we have seen it open and close above, that's when the market's really gotten rocking to the upside. Again, same thing over here, closed above, but did not open and close above. Very, very important. Every time that we've seen that, Bitcoin's essentially gone on for the parabolic, like the real parabolic advance portion of its rally. The reason why I'm bringing it up right now is because Bitcoin's brushing up against it at this exact moment. So last week we were looking at it when it was, somewhere right around here. This week we are actually quite literally seeing Bitcoin test it. And perhaps that is, the impetus for this little short-term dump BOLO that we've seen thus far. I would say that if you are looking for a pullback, this is probably the last of the Mohicans when it comes to, an area to maybe be looking for one, I suppose, technically speaking, as Bitcoin does wick off a little bit from it. But ultimately, anytime that Bitcoin does test it, it kind of... usually bulldozes right through. And when you do start to get those open and closures above, usually you retest it, but after that, it's game on to the upside. Same thing over here, opens and close above it. And then of course, retest it right here, boom, big move to the upside, retest, boom, big move. Again, same thing over here. Starting off this one, open and close above it, boom, retest, boom, big moves to the upside, to and from there. So in this case, it is currently at 67,735, which, a couple months ago would seem like a big move. Now, as Bitcoin does enter into a period of extreme high volatility, I feel like we see $1,000 move over the course of less than an hour, almost regularly now, both the upside and the downside. So in this case, again, it's on a weekly closing basis, but the number is 67,735. That is very important. That is very fucking important because, as we'll get to soon, there are many implications for both today's statistics or today's daily statistics, and then also the way that the 5 days is going to close. So I think it would be best first to go over let's go over the 5 day closure first. Okay, so the 5 day HPDR bands, again, wicking off the top side of the 78.6% level. What do I put more weight on? The HPDR bands or the pi cycle derp indicator over here? HPDR bands, obviously, fucking of course. I mean, it's based off of, based off of like real mathematics and historical returns, and that, in my experience, matters a lot more than just a simple moving average. But they are playing hand in hand, which is good confluence, of course. And you can see that Bitcoin did wick off the top of it thus far. It is currently at 69,000, great number, or sorry, actually not, 68,975. And is closing tonight. If Bitcoin does close above that tonight, I would expect a big move into the $70,000 territory before any sort of a corrective dump, if you see anything like that happen. And of course, you know, if Bitcoin even closes anywhere remotely close to it, let's say above $67,000 by end of today, it will set up the next 5-day to potentially break it as well. So I'd be able to make the same sort of assessment for that period too. But for right now, yeah, find a little bit of a sell-off right there, completely fine. Basically, Bitcoin in a powerful position, especially as long as it's above the 61.8 level on the 5-day, which is 58,600. So it's got a little bit of a buffer zone there, of course. If we go down to the daily, even the daily 78.6 level, which Bitcoin did just kind of wick off to the downside, did trade actually decently below it, to be fair, could be a good indication of a short-term pullback if Bitcoin does close above it tonight. Again, that is coming in at 66,600. But again, top side right here, 88.3, 70,650. That's probably the range for today. Why do I say that? Because when we go over here to our daily statistics, Tuesday is the most likely day in Bitcoin's history to close positively. Out of all Bitcoin dailies on Tuesdays, 42% have closed positively, which is actually decently higher above any other day, except for Friday. Friday is also decently bullish, for an average return of 2% from the open in terms of the positive gainers. In terms of the negative days, it has lost an average of 1%. So in terms of likelihood right here, if Bitcoin were to add 2% from that open, where would that put Bitcoin? That would put Bitcoin at, holy shit, 69,750. That number sounds really familiar, doesn't it? Because that is the top side of the 5-day right here. It's actually, it's literally almost exactly where the top side of the 5-day time frame is right there. And also that would put Bitcoin on a daily closing basis above the top side of the long white moving average right here. But again, we need to judge this one on a weekly time frame. This one closing above on a daily, is obviously going to favor the boo laws, but it's not like it doesn't really do a whole hell of a lot, to be fair. But it does put the boo laws in a pretty powerful position, I would say, as well. And that is coming at 67,700 again. So, looking at the daily sticks, kind of putting all the puzzle pieces in place, I do think that it's a lot more likely that Bitcoin, it's not my opinion that it's more likely. It quite literally is more likely based off of the statistics right here. So I do think that does deserve a little bit of a warrant. Also from yesterday's setup, which, where did I put this one? Let me find it really, really quickly here. I have all these new, I think it was this one right here. We're looking at this 4-hour setup yesterday. I might have fucked it up though, because I was playing around with a new setup. Let's see if it saved it. No, it was on a different chart. Damn it all to hell. I done goofed this one up, I think. Let's see. Can I actually figure it out really, really quickly here? No, that's not going to work. But maybe. I remember us trading on a bunch of weird days. All right, well, the setup that we were looking at yesterday, which I actually don't have right here, unfortunately. I have a completely different one based off of a 13-minute time frame. That obviously already played out, so... Well, it's going to be fun to talk about that, but it looks like I don't have it on my chart, unfortunately. Anyways, that's probably actually kind of a good place to be leaving off on today's video. Maybe we just very quickly revisit daily stochastic momentum. I'm curious where the pivots are as of right now. Where's my care pack? Oh, yes, it's up here. That's right. I favorited it. Okay, good. Pulled up nice and fast. And we can see that the daily... Jesus Christ, man. Daily stochastic momentum will actually turn down if today closes below 68,800. What does that imply? And it actually will have some potential divergence being put in there as well. That's on CME, by the way, which is trading at... okay, that can't be right. But right now it's trading at 67,600. I think it's just on a delay for, as of right now. But if Bitcoin does close above 68.7, I mean, that's basically all-time highs anyways. Don't need me to tell you that very likely implies new all-time highs. Anyways, let's talk about what would happen if Bitcoin does close above and make new all-time highs. What's the most likely thing to happen? if we see something like that, well, at that point, you're very likely going to see a run into probably like the middle, somewhere around like 73 to 75,000 bucks before a potential, before like a potential, actual pullback. Realistically, when things break their all-time highs, it's usually an explosive move that overshoots and then comes back down, has a retest, whether it's prior all-time high, maybe it's a little bit below the prior all-time high, something like that. That's usually the violent and scary portion of it. And then, more often than not, we'll pick up from there. But in this case, the weekly has a lot of room. I mean, the top side of the 78.6 level is fucking 79,000 bucks. Like, the problem with trying to guess where tops are in a market like this is that it's not very fucking wise because they overshoot a lot when things are extremely volatile. I mean, it can really overshoot quite a fair bit. So I don't think that's the wise portion to be looking for. I think if you're going to be looking for something, it's looking for one of those dumps into a higher low. That's really the idea. Get on the same side of the trend. Don't fight the fucking trend. It's just it's like the old saying goes: picking up pennies in front of a rolling steam train that's about to absolutely demolish your guts. It's like that fucking meme, where the train is smashing into the mountain, smashing into like this solid rock mountain, and then it gets right through and then blood comes out, exactly like that. And that could be you as well. And that's where I'll leave off on this stream. This is being recorded during a live stream, which you can join in on a weekly basis. And with that said, I want to wish you all the best of the best. Take care, much love, and see you hopefully next time. Nice one. Okay, I see a lot of shitcoins already coming in here. Okay, let me prepare mentally for this. But actually, it's been very enlightening for me recently to look at these shitcoins through these live streams, because I actually pick up like what are like the interesting ones. What's up, Durian Farmer? I see your name. And Philosophian, what's up, man? Good morning to you. I spoke about this on a few videos ago, and I got a few people in the Discord really had some good feedback for it. And so maybe I'll even bring it up again right now, in the sense that I do think one of my mistakes, especially from the past cycle and even the 2017 cycle as well, was that I mid-curved things. Like, the mid-curve meme where you got someone on the left side of the curve where they're basically like retarded, like in a scientific sense, and you got someone on the right side of the curve who's like a genius. It's obviously like an Albert Einstein type of person, and then you got people in the middle, which is most people. It's a bell curve, right? It's a bell curve distribution of intelligence. And in the mid-curve, it's like altcoins are scams. Don't fucking buy them. And yeah, I mean, that half of that is true. Or the other part isn't even really like true or false. Just it is what it is. But altcoins are scams. Most of them probably are scams. Or maybe they're not necessarily scams. They're just worthless. They're just fucking worthless. But in a bull market, do things generally go up? Yes. Do the most egregious, ridiculous, absolutely garbage shit go up even more? I don't know. Have you heard of dog with hat? Sorry, that's actually got great fundamentals behind it. Have you heard of bonk? Doggy bonk? Have you heard of cat with hat? No, because all of these are second fiddle to the most important, the most highly esteemed, the best possible altcoin of all time, and everyone knows where I'm going with this. Everyone fucking knows where I'm going with this. They just released a new video today, and it's right here, baby. It's right fucking here. Oh yeah. There he is! It's the real Balkan Dwarf! Who the fuck makes this shit? It's great. Yep. Just look at that face. My neighbors love me. Caretaker is invoking the Lord's name. Jeebus! What's up, Baron Nutrition? Good morning to you, man. Must be early as hell in England over there. Tune already stuck in my head. I know. I wake up in the middle of the night listening to this fucking song in my head at all hours of the day. That's why I am 100% convinced this is the meme. This is the meme that's going to explode. Absolutely worthless. Definitely a scam. It's even verified on CoinGecko that the contract creator can actually disable sells. They can actually disable sells. They can prevent people from fucking selling. Sounds legit, sir. But it's just video after video of this. Like, these guys are geniuses. Or they're maybe not geniuses, but they're definitely high on shrooms or something. I love it, man. I love it. Anyways, forced hodling. That's exactly right. Disable. What the fuck? Trump's in this one. Jesus Christ. They just won over half of America. That's amazing. That was genius. That's absolutely genius. All right, let me get over to the other scam comments, or the other not scam comments, the other scam coin requests here. Let's see. Joey Burden says Beam USD 4-hour and daily. All right. What chart do I want to use for this? Actually, I kind of like using this. I like using momentum charts right now for looking at shitcoins or looking at anything that's trading pretty volatilely. Let's see. Jesus, what exchange do you even go to on this one? I don't know. I guess Gate.io is like the new shitcoin exchange of choice. Long term, this one's been around for a long time. These are the kind of shitcoins that I would avoid like the plague. I mean, the ones that are going to run are the new ones. I'm not saying anything that's like super crazy new knowledge, but is it putting in its first higher low right here? I don't know. It looks ugly as fuck. I guess you could kind of treat it like that, and it just gets to kind of ride alongside of a strong market, and you can, run with that assumption as long as it's above about 8.5 cents. But, looking at this compared to some of the newer shitcoins like a dog with hat or some shit like that, just not interesting, man, in my opinion. If you're looking at a 4-hour daily, I think you got a little bit more sideways to go, or, perhaps something like this, and oops, not that. This, perhaps it does something like that, puts in a higher low or two, and then tries to move to the upside. But pound for pound, not going to be as interesting as most other things, I suspect. Howem says Welsh on the daily week. Okay, this one I have not heard of before. Okay, it's Welsh Corgi coin. Jesus, these dog coins are running wild. See, look, a brand new shitcoin, only been around since January, goes to the moon and beyond. Fuck you to the moon. 1700% to the upside. Jesus fucking Christ, man. Insane. Absolutely insane. The problem with these ones is like when they turn around, they're going to turn around fast. You are putting you're putting your cock on the chopping block basically when you place with something like that. That is a real issue with a lot of these shitcoins, is that your upside potential might be might be astronomical, but at the same time, when it turns around fast, and it takes no prisoners, and it's very difficult to do things quickly on these. Anyways, looking at higher term time frames, I mean, there's not even enough to populate a weekly, really. Let's go down to I think in this case, actually a lower term time frame probably is better. I guess you just kind of have to respect the uptrend. I guess I'd be bullish on this one as long as it's above that prior higher low, which is like 0.7 of a cent right here. Does it fill out the space in between there? Perhaps yes. But I would run with the assumption that it's bullish as long as you're above that region. And to be fair, shorter term time frame stochastic momentum is having a nice bullish reset. So, if it can trade sideways, something like this, I would expect another try to the upside, but difficult because higher term time frames just not really viable there. There's like a sweet spot for shitcoin analysis. It's like you want, I think, 3 months. I think 3 to 5 months, 3 to 6 months, 3 to 6 months. Definitely less than a year. If you're going to play shitcoin relay, and you want to put the probabilities in your favor, that would be one of the criteria I would say. RM says, good day, sir. Phil on the daily weekly. Okay, this is Filecoin. This is a past cycle shitcoin, but let's see how it's done, because I've heard it's an AI thing, so those like to get free rallies, but nope. Again, see, just uninteresting compared to most other things. Now, this one I do think is getting ready to actually turn the corner here and put in a nice move to the upside. I mean, you're seeing weekly stochastic momentum break into the bullish control zone above the moving average, as long as it's above $6.5 basically. It's trading almost trading like $4 above there right now, basically above these last prior highs. So it's in the process of literally confirming an uptrend. I wouldn't be surprised to see it gun for this prior high here that you saw in March of 2022. More long term, if you do start to see closures above these prior highs right here, which I think is quite likely. Again, volatility increasing as you do approach an area like this, probably going to continue there. But yeah, as you can see, it's just, not as interesting as some of the other charts that we've seen already. Let's see. Joey Burton says, okay, this is a new one. 3UOL. Is this supposed to be bull? Bull? BitGet, Mexi, Trader Joe, and Bitmart. Holy shit. All right, we're going deep into the shitcoin drawer today. Again, another one. Yeah, so this is kind of the sweet spot. It's been around since June of 2023. In recent times, it hasn't done anything like super interesting, but I would give it a kind of a wide berth on this current range. As long as it holds this range, it very likely does have some more upside. Maybe does something like this. Be looking for the next higher low. You're seeing stochastic momentum reset right here. It's not going to happen this week. Maybe next week. Pivot comes closer. Right now, it's at like 6.5 cents. So it's the wrong beam. No, it's the wrong beam. Oh, God. This is the problem when you play stupid fucking shitcoins. Don't even know which one. It's BeamX. Why didn't you say BeamX then, sir? And I'm very clearly reminded why I hate altcoins again. Something like this probably, man. I'm just looking for a bullish reset on the weekly stochastic oscillator. I think it takes a little more time. But overall, holding within this range is going to be long-term bullish. Anyways, we'll look at BeamX now. Not just Beam, but BeamX derp. Okay. I guess this is the one. Much better. Much better. Already basically at new all-time highs. Weekly stochastic momentum is about to turn up freshly above 3.7 cents. It's up above there right now. Volatility is increasing off these lows. Yeah, this one's ready. This one's ready, I think. Bullish long term as long as you're above 3.2 cents. Maybe we can pull a fib extension here. It's already at the 1618. It's about to break out above there. And maybe it goes to like 4 or 5 cents, something like that. Or it's already basically at 4 cents, but like 4.5 to 5 cents, something like that, perhaps. All right, let me find out what else is next. I already can feel that my throat's going to be, it's a rough one today. And I should let you know that we do have a hard stop time today in like about 1 hour from now. Definitely have to go at that point. All right, I see VC next. He says, SHIB. Okay, SHIB. More dog coins. This one going absolutely fucking lunar right there. Oh, wow, this one's actually basically retested all-time highs. Jesus. Well, maybe not exactly all-time highs, but pretty damn close. Probably does anyways. Monthly stochastic momentum continues to the upside. I mean, there's going to be pullbacks, especially on shit like this. Short-term does it play to pullback from here. I don't even have enough decimal places on my stochastic oscillator to show, but I'm seeing extremes on volatility. I'm seeing a little bit of selling going on right here. Does this one settle into a higher low and then try again later? Probably yes. Probably a pullback here, but probably tries again higher later. Bullish as long as you're above whatever the hell this number is right here. I don't understand what that decimal place is, to be honest with you. But yeah, pulling back after a region like this, after a run like this, completely fine. These things, as you know, are volatile, can pull back quite a fair bit, but I'd just be on higher low watch here. This is long term gonna make probably retest the prior all-time high and probably make new all-time highs, if I had to guess. Not bad indeed. All right, who is this? Jorge. Are you Spanish or Mexican? Your name. It's I should explain though. His name is not spelled Jorge. His name is spelled WHOREHEEEYYY. Very clever. I'll go on the daily, weekly. Terrible choice, but okay. I don't say that because of the underlying technology. I say that because it's a 2019 shitcoin, and again, not doing nothing interesting to the upside compared to other things that we've seen that are newer. Is it going to go to the upside from here? Probably yes. Is it breaking out from this region here? Probably yes. Anything above 96 cents is sorry, not 96, but let's just call it 10 cents is bullish and likely does lead towards a move towards 40 to maybe even 45 cents. But short term, does it pull back? Again, I have the same thing to say about the past one. It's like, look, it can pull back very easily. I'd just be on higher low watch. Anything above basically 20 cents is fine for a higher low. If it even pulls back, I don't know. It's a problem with these things. If Bitcoin sneezes, these ones catch a cold. But as long as Bitcoin's strong, then the shitcoin party gets to go on. Okay, is this Greg Cranston? Are you related to what's his name? Cranston, the actor guy, Malcolm in the Middle's dad, not the fucking what's the other thing he's famous for? Breaking Bad. Bryan Cranston, that's it. Is it KR on Nicey? Okay, I think it's KR. Kroger. Oh, sorry, you said, yeah, Nicey, okay. Weekly and monthly, okay. Let's go very high here. Okay, so reapproaching multi-year highs, going back from basically 2022, monthly. I mean, this to me looks like a healthy consolidation at a very high level after, a multi-year run here. Really, long term, the trend is your friend, right? This one consolidating at a high level like this is a sign of long-term bullishness. Just, is it ready to break out here? Maybe anything above 44.80 is gives it a chance to to continue to break out here. But if you see this month close below 44.80, I'd say you continue on with the range of eternity for a little while longer. But it does have the markings of something that's pretty ready, because monthly volatility is already extremely low. Monthly momentum breaking out. I think this month or next month, probably a good chance it does actually break above those range highs and gun for 55, 57, maybe even prior highs at 60. Definitely possible there. Ina Maurice, it's a lady. It's a lady. What the fuck? What are you doing here? It's like 6% of my channel that are women's apparently, and you're one of them, which is kind of crazy. Tesla on the daily and weekly. All right, sure. If you really are. Women's. But assuming that you are, I will try to act cool and give you the analysis of the day, daily and weekly. Honestly, still corrective here for Tesla, whatever the hell it is doing. I don't. Weekly looks more corrective to me, to be honest with you. But long term, is this one good? Let's actually go to like a quarterly. This is. Yeah, I think this one corrects more. Bottom side of the range is all the way down here at 118. It's right in the middle of that range. There's going to be bounce along the way. I don't know if that's what you're interested or not, but short-term bearish, as long as you're below like 205, probably comes back down and tests the 176 lows right here. In the more short to medium term. Does it try for a short-term bounce there? Probably yes. Any bounce that fails to get back above 205 is just that, a bounce before going lower. Probably towards 150. I think this one takes its time. This one blew off its top in 2021. I think it's going to be doing some sort of a corrective move for a while, honestly. Maybe we could look at like a yearly, or like a semi-annual. Yeah, I think this one's corrective for a while. I think this one's going to be corrective for a decent amount. Yeah. Only bullish if you're back above 205, and even then, bullish is not the right term. I'd just be looking for a move to the top side of the range, maybe closer to 300. If that were to happen. Until then, corrective. Let's see. Round trip no more. Is that a reference to is that a reference to the portfolios of this space? INJ USD. I think a lot of people who are even around in the 2021 cycle at this point are probably thinking to themselves the same thing. Not going to round trip this shit again. And fair enough. That's the value of experience. I think that's the kind of rate for most people anyways. Like, you go through one cycle, you make a bunch, you lose a bunch. Next cycle, you make a bunch, but you watch. Maybe you realize could have made more. Third cycle, you go, all right, I'm going balls deep. This one's ready, injective, and this one has been around for a while. So this is a surprising case of a 2020 shitcoin that is actually very strong, and one of the most strong ones that we've seen today, in fact, as well. Weekly stochastic momentum about to turn up again above 36.5, freshly. Consolidation at all-time highs, low volatility. This is the recipe for a breakout to new all-time highs and like a trending move. Very bullish as long as you're above $29.5. We could, I guess, do some sort of an extension here. I don't know how much it's going to matter, but you know, on an actual trendy move to the upside, I guess next area of interest would be somewhere around like 60 to 70. Sorry. Let me, like high 50s to low 60s. Yeah, one of the best charts we've seen today, actually. Very, very good. Very, very good. Interesting. Anyways, Tyson Patterson says bone. All right, what the fuck is this? Bone Shiba swap. Holy shit, it's just everything dog related. What the fuck? Next, we're going to have leash coin. Leash coin for your girlfriend. Elsa. Elsa's tired, I think. She had a long day yesterday. She's at the hospital for like 3 fucking hours, man, getting IVs and shit. But she feels better, I think. Anyways, bone Shiba swap. Bullish as long as you're above 60 cents, basically. It's like 2x from there. I mean, weekly test momentum, again, breaking out above the bearish control zone. You know, it's kind of like some of the other shitcoins that we've seen. You're going to get moves like this. That's the problem with them. And it's probably going to result in a higher low. Could it come all the way down to like $1 again? Yeah. I'd even say anything above $1 is bullish. Below $1, okay, problems. But higher lows anywhere above this read right here, good. Probably going to be looking for another assault back around like 1.5. Sir, are you okay? I think Elsa might be struggling in the background there. Thinking about the name says OPUSD. All right, let's check it out here. All right. Optimism. Let's see. New high. Do we have another one with new highs? We have another shitcoin with new highs, actually. And this one also a 2022 shitcoin. This one I'd really like to see actually close above these range highs here, which is let's call it 4.25, just above 4.25. At that point, I mean, where can we pull up the next like set of targets here? I guess next area of interest would be, I mean, 5.25 to $6 if that happens. It looks like it probably does as well. I mean, the weekly stochastic momentum is not even helpful here, to be honest. Daily, okay, yeah, yes, I do think that it pushes through here. Daily breaking back into the bullish control zone, back above the moving average, remains up above 387. I mean, it seems quite likely to me. Crazier things have happened, of course, but yeah, I'd say quite likely there. So not bad. Let's see. We have, thinking about the name again, looking at ARB. Okay, ARB. Let's check it out. Where can we find? What exchange do you go to for this one? Maybe Coinbase, I guess. I don't know. Does Coinbase have the history here? Very similar, actually, to the last chart that we looked at, just not as much history. Again, kind of in that sweet spot of like been around for a little bit less than a year. I basically the same shit to say about this one as like the last chart. If you wanna talk about patterns, you got some sort of an ascending triangle right here. Probably the only pattern that I even happen to give a fuck about, if anything. You know, a breakout above like 215, let's say, I'd be looking for a move towards 2.5 to 275. Sorry, probably more like 265 to 290. Overall, bullish as long as you're above $2, basically. Yeah, not bad there. Not bad at all. All right, let's see. What else do we have? Adam on the daily and weekly says Shane Bosch. Okay, ATOM. All right. Which, yes, here we go. Okay, we got full history right here. Again, okay, so again, Cosmos, yeah, Adam, another 2021, 2019 shitcoin that it's going to go up here, but it's not going to go up as much as a lot of the other ones. You know, I'm bullish on this one as long as it's above 10.25. Probably does trade towards $15, $16. It's just not as interesting as a lot of the other things. But low volatility, stochastic momentum turning up. Usually a good recipe for some upside here. You know, maybe even a move towards $20, but just not as much pound for pound as a lot of the other things that we've seen that are newer today, especially. NOS USD. Okay, NOS USDT on MEX DERP. Okay, let me take a sip of this water. I'm getting pretty thirsty right now. Sir, if you're hungry, there's food in the fridge. I think she might be hungry or something. She probably needs something to eat. NOS. Okay, no sauna. Okay, weekly. What the fuck? This one's been around since 2022. Don't know what the hell this thing is. Don't know what the hell this thing does. The problem with things like this is that, again, it doesn't take too much to get this one on like a very deep retracement. I mean, this chart is on log scale, by the way. Weekly stochastic momentum turns to the downside below 615. It's trading more than $1 below that right now. Daily already down 575 basically pivot. So I'd be inclined to say it's probably more corrective in the short term, but that's the problem with these ones is like these ones that do a move like that. It's just really crazy. Very, very short term a range, but I think that this one's trading sideways for a while. Kind of hard to be bullish on it basically as long as it's below prior to it's not really helpful right there. But if I had to call it, I do think sideways and down here. Probably tries for a higher low. I think a higher low could even come all the way down closer to like $3.25 or $3.50. It's got a lot of room there. That's the problem with this thing. Like even these lows over here are literally under $1. I mean, that's what makes it difficult. I can tell you, I personally wouldn't be buying over here, but I also wouldn't be buying this thing at all. I think it trades sideways and down, tries for another higher low, and then maybe get another try to the upside. So in other words, I think it's done for a while to the upside. I think it's done for a while to the upside. But problem with these things is very, very difficult to get that. Very difficult to call highs. Easier to call higher lows. Much easier to call higher lows. I'm in the business of calling higher lows, not necessarily highs. Daniel Ari says CAS USD. Okay, remember this one was like really popular about a year ago. CASPA. Is it CASPA or CASTA? I don't even know. Daily fib price targets, please. I mean, what makes you think it has a fib price target? I mean, I can pull out a fib extension for you, sure. It doesn't mean it's going to hit there though, but it already got rejected off of this extension right here. I guess if it does try for another high, I'd be looking for 21 cents. And then above there, if things really get crazy, like closer to 29, 30 cents. But I mean, I'll answer your question as you pose it. I'm not saying it's going to get there, though. It is a nice uptrend, to be fair. But again, it's like, is this your next higher low right here? I don't know. I don't know about that one. All right. Gallo says AVAX Daily Weekly. Okay, talking about past market shitcoins. Let's see what this one's doing. All right, Avalanche. Better than most of the past market cycle shitcoins, but still, it's not a new optimizer or anything like that, like most of the things that we've seen today that are newer. Is this one ready to try another move to the upside? Probably yes. Bullish, as long as you're above $32 right here, that's your next higher low. Consolidating on low volatility while stochastic momentum to the upside, I do think does favor the boo laws here. It just doesn't favor it now. I mean, you're at range highs, right? Where's your next daily higher low? I mean, this is your past higher low right here. So does it do something like this and then try a move, or does it just go like that? I don't know. Difficult one right there, but something tells me it probably tries for one more higher low first. Just based off of daily volatility. What does monthly look like? Monthly, long-term bullish. Long-term very likely does trade up closer towards $70. I think that's a lot easier of an analysis right there on the monthly. All right, we got Mr. Daraj Sanka. He says, Mr. Krown, just wanted to thank you for introducing me to the world of T&A. Nice, man. Glad that it served you well. I am now working towards my CMT designation, thanks to you. Sweet, man. That's awesome. Looking forward to your new trading systems design program. Much love from Austin, Texas. Fuck yeah, man. More power to you. Yeah, man, that actually, I have not spoken about that enough. I've only mentioned it like once or twice now, but it is, the program is done. I'm just waiting for the anniversary sale to list it. And then I'm actually going to delist the TA program. Now, of course, if you already have the TA program, you're not going to lose access or anything like that. You're still going to have access. And if you're like worried that the new program is supposed to be better or something like that, the new program basically chunks down and then specializes in a few things from the TA program. So if you got through the TA program, you got like 40 plus hours straight of fucking content. And in my opinion, looking back on it and after reviewing some of the feedback, it got a little bit too big. It got a little bit too big. So that's really the purpose of the new program, because the new program is going to be, I think, less than 10 hours. I think it's going to be less than 10 hours inclusively. It's really designed to like really review the same video like several times and create a system, you know, because that's really what I'm about now. You know, I do still stand by my prior work. It's just, and I do think that it can work. It's just, I think that this is a better way. I've been doing it now for a few years, specifically in these markets, and I just like the lifestyle better. I think it's overall better. I think a statistical and quantitative approach towards markets is better, at least for people with a similar kind of mindset to mine. So yeah. Anyways. Awesome, man. Glad to hear that. CMT, which are you doing CMT? 1, 2, or 3? I actually don't really know anything about that. The thing is that unless if you really want to like work for a firm, you don't really need it. But I don't know, maybe you do want to work for a firm. It's not like a bad thing to work for a firm. You can get some really good experience working for a firm, which will like something like that. CZ, there he is. Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic, Inu, 10... Herpity derp coin. Okay. Oh, it's ticker Bitcoin. Okay. That is significantly easier to type. These are not what I think it is. I need Bitcoin. Okay. Maybe it's just Bitcoin versus the dollar. Yep. That's it. Very bizarre looking one here, but I would have to say that this one is long-term bullish, short-term probably found a local high. Kind of have to be treating this one as a local high as long as you're below 14 cents on a closing basis. But again, I'm in the business of looking for higher lows right now. So probably does something like this. Maybe it's a very shallow higher low. In this case, fibs can actually be very, very useful as well. Shallow fib is somewhere around just like 10.5 cents. 50% level is just below 9 cents. Those are two good ones usually. And then you got the golden pocket at 7.5 cents. One of those three is probably going to be your next higher low. And then I'd probably be looking for this one to make new all-time highs. Crazy shit, man. Lander Bayer says, Goog on the daily and weekly. Sure. All right, Goog. All right, on Nas. Okay. Yeah. Toppy. Long-term Toppy as well. I know you didn't ask for the monthly, but this one really helps on these more long-term assets. Reversal dildos right there. Monthly stochastic momentum turning down below 139. There's going to be bounces along the way, probably something like this, but I'll be looking for it to be corrective actually for a while. Weekly, same shit. You know, short term, does it come down a little? Whoops. Does it come down a little bit more short term and then try for a bounce, fill that gap, and then come down? Probably. But heavy momentum to the downside as long as you're below 148. Daily, same shit. I mean, daily wouldn't take too much to get a bounce relatively soon, but I think it trades closer to like 130 first. Maybe even fills this gap over here like 127.5. Joey Burton says, wrong. Oh, no, we already got that one. Nice. Let me take another sip of this water, man. My throat's already, it's not looking good. Elsa's getting frustrated because some people don't understand that we do these comments in order. So it's not that we're skipping you or anything like that. It's just we do them in order. So there's a lot of people in front of you. So please just I don't know, recognize something like that. I don't know. Use your fucking brain. Kidding. Well, not really, to be honest. XAU, USD, gold. Okay, let's check out gold. Why haven't you get my comment yet? I don't know. There's like 50 in front of you, ma'am. We're just doing the best that we can. I apologize for the mean words right there, but you know, just think about it for a second. Bullish as fuck on the daily. Bullish. I mean, gold's fucking bullish here. Gold's gonna make new all-time highs. Very likely to make new all-time highs. But if you're on the 4-hour time frame, I fucking hate going down to a time frame like this on this sort of a move. Extremely high volatility. Stochastic momentum about to turn down. I would be inclined to say it probably trades up like a side, you know, maybe a little bit higher than sideways and down, tries for a higher low and then tries new highs. But all higher term time frames are bullish. All higher term time frames. Every single fucking higher term time frame is bullish here. Make it simple, man. It's a cup and derp right here. It's cup and derp. We'll call it some of the TA patterns. Long term, I wouldn't be surprised to see this thing hit 3,000 plus. I guess. Long term, that is. Probably years down the road with the way that this thing fucking moves, like slow like molasses. Steve Campbell says ARC on the daily weekly. Sure. Don't know what it is. Don't know what it does. But it does something. That's what Elsa was all frustrated about. Is dealing with angry people in the comments. Be nice to Elsa. She's she's doing her best. She had a hard day yesterday. All right. Daily weekly. A good shitcoin. Again, it's in that sweet spot where it was born a little bit less than a year ago from now. Weekly. Stochastic momentum about to cross freshly up above 8.5 cents today. Or sorry, not today, but on the weekly. I'm inclined to say this one continues to make new all-time highs. It's in trending motion right now. Respect Mr. Isaac Newton's law. Or is it? No. An object in motion tends to stay in motion. I don't know whose law that is. Probably not Newton's. Oh, Newton's is the law of gravity. That's the one you don't want right now. At some point, you're going to experience that one as well. And then you're fucked. But until then, does it make a move towards 20 cents before this current uptrend is done? Wouldn't be asking for too much, to be honest. Again, that's more long-term. Bullish as long as you're above 7 cents, basically. Okay, we got Luke. He says, Krown, can you please do Bcash BTC? Okay. I don't think anyone's ever asked for fucking Bcash. Man, it takes a special type of redacted to think that this thing is worth anything. But is it going to go up here? I mean, I'm not calling you redacted, by the way. It's just like... I've been around this space since 2016, 2017 now, and there was like a time when there was like these really fucking redacted people who would like troll around my YouTube and just the crypto sphere in general, and they would tell you about how Craig Wright is a real Satoshi and Bcash is going to go up and like they would never and then you'd be like, okay, well, sure, can you like give me some information about what's going on there and shit like that? And they'd be like, no, you got to look into yourself. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? If you're going to convince me of your scam, make it easy. Make it easy for me. I'm not going to do my fucking research into this guy. It sounds like a bunch of bullshit. Like he twisted every fucking terrible thing into like a positive thing. Like I got sued for $1 billion. It's bullish. It's bullish, man. It's bullish. Just shows you really believe. Sure. Anyways, look, it does have this weekly high or low right here. The problem is that it has a history of doing this shit. So I don't trust any upside move on something like this. That's the real problem. If this was any other coin, I would say, yeah, this one's about to turn the corner, probably going to test these highs here at 0.01, probably going to bust on through those as well long term. But I just don't. I've seen this happen like every fucking time. I'd be remiss to say it's going to go up from here just simply for that fact. I would feel a lot more comfortable saying, hey, look, yeah, you potentially have a higher low right here, but for fuck's sake, especially on something like this, like a real gutter piece of shit like this, I would wait for a confirmation of a full-on reversal. It needs to trade above and close above these June 2023 highs. If it can do that, okay, fine. Yeah, it gets to rally a little bit, I guess. Let's see. Illy says high PC hypercycle. I remember fucking hypercycle. How long have you been in this market if you remember hypercycle? Was that what it was called? Hypercycle? It was Tyler Jenkins things, or Tyler Jenks. He's actually quite a nice guy. What's up, Alex Switch? It's my favorite fucking Greek guy. My favorite fucking Greek! I've actually met Alex Switch and his lovely lady as well. You missed it earlier, man. I was telling everyone here why I love Greece so much, man. Anyways, hypercycle. Apparently, I've looked at it before. Let's go down to a daily. Actually pretty good here. Actually pretty good. Wonder what I had drawn out here. What the fuck? Okay, I lost it. Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, I give up. Okay, anyways, look, it's a weird looking chart, no doubt about that. It's very, very bizarre looking chart, but I'm inclined to say this one retests your October highs, like above $1. Daily momentum to the upside above 81 cents. Volatility rising. It's an uptrend. It's got higher highs, got higher lows. Just respect it. Fair enough. Was that it? Hyperwave. It was Hyperwave. Okay, Hyperwave. You're right. Isn't Craig Wright Bitcoin SV? I think later on he was, but it was first Bitcoin versus Bitcoin Cash, and Bitcoin Cash was, regular Bitcoin was like Bitcoin Core Devs, and then Bitcoin Cash was like Roger Ver and your Craig Wright and the other guy, Calvin. I probably shouldn't talk too much about these guys because they are very Sue happy, but and then I think Roger Ver and Craig Wright and the other guy had they had a splitting up as well. And then Bitcoin SV was born. I think that's what happened, but don't fucking quote me on it. I don't know. And for all legal purposes, I'm just taking the piss on the internet. That's all. Okay. Jesus, man. Anyways, Mythic OG says Bean Cat. Okay, Bean Cat. Like, have to really focus on this one. Like, is that what you mean? I see Banana Cat. Do you really mean Bongo Cat? Blast Cat? Billy Cat? I don't see any fucking Beam Cat. Let me try it. Sorry, there's no Beam Derp on TradingView, man. But could I interest you in some Beam Bonobo or some shit? I don't know, man. Tyler Stillwagon says, Jorge, I can't even. Can you check USDC? Ah, yes, the USDC coin. I've heard about this one. It's looking pretty good. Market cap is growing. You didn't expect that, did you? You didn't expect that. I caught you, motherfucker. BK says Ordi swap, okay? Ah, okay. This is definitely not that, okay. Is this related to ordinals? Just out of curiosity, does anyone happen to know? I guess we go to Ghetto. Look, long term, probably good. If we pull up an extension right here, it's starting to get into the 2 extensions. I guess the next like major area of interest to the upside upon continuation is going to be 37 cents. It is. Are you confirming that, K Dizzle? That Ordi swap is related to ordinals? Jellies. The fuck. Just making up names at this point. They were always making up names, I guess. But very short term, I actually do think that this one trades more sideways and corrects a little bit more. But long term, I do think that it continues on with the rally. Really only bearish if it came back down below 17.5 cents. At that point, I'd say, hey, rally's over. Until then, everything's a higher low. And upside more likely. K Dizzle says I am. So, okay, you are confirming that ORDS is the same thing as, not the same things, but like it's related to ordinals. Huh. Should have gotten to that stuff. Anyways, Mana USD says Daniel Garcia. I remember you from last cycle. Let's see how your Mana's doing. I suspect it's like doing okay in the short term, but probably not great in the long term. Yeah, like most 21 shitcoins. Actually, this one's been around since 2018. Again, it's very likely to turn the corner here. I do think it retests these February 2023 highs. I think it probably even trades above there towards like 115, 120. It's not as interesting as a lot of the other things, right? It's a late mover. Weekly momentum remains to the upside, above 50 cents. Very low volatility around, kind of a turning point. You got your higher low and right here. Yeah, I do think that it trades up from here. It's just not as interesting as a lot of the other ones. Pitt says Alphium. ALPH. Okay. Let's see what this one is. See, this is what I'm looking for. But this one was around since 2022 as well. Just made new highs. Wouldn't take too much to get this one to correct, actually, and like put in a pretty deep correction too, I think. Daily, yeah, I think this one is actually correcting right now. I think it's going to correct further as well. I think you at least see like 270 hit, maybe 240, maybe 213. I'd be looking for higher lows at one of these, probably not the shallowest. One's gone on a pretty impressive run. Let's see what it looks like percentage-wise. Just a healthy 2,600%. Not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, I think it's short-term corrective, long-term probably good, but short-term corrective. Probably trades lower into the twos. Let's see. James Dunville says Ethereum USD 4-hour and daily. This is much too normal of a coin to be looking at for a day like today, sir. But I'll bite. 4-hour and daily. You know, it's following Bitcoin's footsteps. It's got a really strong narrative in the background now too, with Ethereum ETF incoming. You know, do I think it guns for these highs here at 4,000 before it plays out like a higher term time frame pullback? Probably yes, actually. If I'm on a 4-hour time frame, I mean, just let the trend be your friend. Look, it's making a new high right here. At some point, it's going to come back down, try for a higher low. Anything above whatever the hell this number is here, 3,500 is fine. Just let it go. Just let it do its thing. It's going to be able to ride off of Bitcoin's strength. Yeah, I think it's got a little bit more to go here. I think that you see probably a blow off somewhere around like 4,000 to 4,100. That's when I'd be looking for a higher term time frame, higher low. Higher term time frame, higher low. Until then, short term time frames, yeah, they're going to ebb and flow. Right now, it looks still like continuation, even though these are really, really intense numbers and intense momentum right here, which is going to be very difficult to keep up. So it won't take too much to get a pullback once it actually does happen. It's just want to see a higher low anywhere above 3,500. Apple weekly, okay. It's got real stocks as well. This is cool. I actually really like looking at real stocks. You know, most of the real stocks that we looked at today, in fact, all of them, I think, have been corrective. Yeah, except for, I think it was Kroger, maybe. Anyways, this thing, again, it's a double derp. No. I can't wait for the fucking double derp memes to start on Bitcoin. That's right. You get two chances to sell the high. Look, it's probably going to bounce around this prior low here at 170, but I don't think that's going to be your next higher low, actually. I'm inclined. Well, no, like 6 month and yearly are going to be bullish here. The question is, where does this next higher low? Where does it try for this next higher low? Look, I would say it's corrective, especially as long as we see weekly stochastic momentum to the downside minimum, which pivot right now is 190. It should bounce off of these lows right here, but I don't really have anything to say other than that. This one's actually quite difficult for me. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, a healthy amount of I don't know is the right answer for this one. It's like you can't really be too bearish on a chart that looks like this. That's the problem. Like, bearish is not the right word. You don't get bearish on a chart that looks like that. But I want to be looking for the next higher low. The question is, what's a reasonable higher low? I mean, I guess a little bit lower would be your first opportunity. If it does give way to like 170, I'd be looking significantly further down towards like 155 before next potential higher low. Long term though, I'd still probably remain bullish. See what the yearly looks like. Yeah, okay. I'm glad I looked at the yearly. Look, I'm not bearish on this. I'm not bearish on this long term. Yes, it might retrace a little bit more here. I don't know how much it's going to retrace. I'd just be on a higher low watch. And you won't really know that until it starts to like try for that higher low. But let's see, where is it right now? Looks like it's headed for the 786, somewhere closer to like 171. But maybe a try for a higher low there. If that one fails, then I'd be looking towards 155. SMCI, okay, it's another real stock. I think this one's actually like quite bullish though, if memory serves me correctly. Yeah, making new all-time highs is always bearish, right? The only thing more bearish than going up is the only thing more bearish than going down is going up. Really good. Really, really good. The problem is, does this one pop back down and fill the gap at like 940? I mean, this is a fucking parabolic move for sure. I don't know if it's even going to fill this gap, to be honest with you. I would respect daily stochastic momentum as long as it's positioned to the upside, which is 950. As long as you're above 950, it might retrace a little bit more. It might even retest 950, but I would be still respectful of upside, even though that sounds really, really crazy. Below 950, okay, we can start to talk about deeper correction. You know, maybe back down to like 600. I'm inclined to say probably tries higher though. It's hard with these. I mean, this one's just so fucking intense right here. Like that is actually vertical. That is literally vertical. That is actually fucking vertical. Below 950, I would start to look for corrections. But until then, still should be respectful of upside, even though it looks fucking crazy. I guess. Jesus Christ. Let's see. Okay, no, some more water for me, man. And I do need to remind myself that in 25-ish minutes, we're going to close this. Like around 11. Because we got to go back to the hospital. All right. Mr. Martin Hunt. How good to see you, sir. WLD on the daily. Okay, this is a new one. All right. WorldCoin. Is this like World Star Hip Hop or something? What is this? Do you know what World Star Hip Hop is? Oh, Elsa said that sounds stupid. Well, you've never seen two bums fight before. So that sounds stupid to you. You've never seen two bums fight over $2. Sorry, it's terrible. It's really awful. I have to be respectful of upside here. It's an uptrend. Again, problem is like, where does the next higher low come in around? Anything above 5.25 is fine. Does it actually just take off from here? I don't know. I think it spends a little more time going sideways at least. Let's daily stochastic momentum, kind of cool off a little bit. Maybe trades like to the bottom side of the range, something like that. I think it cools off a little bit, but long term, I'd actually still be bullish on it, especially as long as it's above like $6. It's fine. PR Lito 9mm says Cone versus Wrapped Ethereum. Okay, Cone versus Wrapped Derp, the chosen ones. What the fuck is this? Bitcoin is a fucking cone? Holy shit. They actually made one. Sir, where's the chart? On Dex? I'm not going to fucking Dex tools. What? Sir, trading view. Dex tools? No, it's not here, man. What? Why are you laughing? What? If this is a chart, terrible. Maybe the worst one we've seen today. I don't know what the fuck Dex Tools is going to show, but I ain't going to that scam website. I don't know what the fuck that shit is. What the fuck? Perp. I'm actually curious. Okay, is Dex Tool? Am I going to get scammed if I go to Dex Tools? This looks like a terrible idea. I don't think so, man. I don't think so. Yeah, I'm not trying to get my wallet drained today. Let's see. All right, perp 1 hour, 4 hour. Okay, Dex Tools is legit. Am I gonna get scammed here? All right, I'll bite. What am I getting myself into? I actually don't have any of my wallets loaded on this computer because it's a completely new computer. So that actually is the benefit of the doubt right now. All right, let's look at fucking derp tools. What was it called again? Cone? Bitcone. It's a good name. Oh, I lost my damn things over here. What was it again? Cone versus... Okay, so this is it. We've got a 15-minute chart, so that's nice. All right, we got something, I think. All right, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. There's not numbers though. Oh, what the fuck is this thing? Get it out of my face. Oh, you can actually chart on this thing. All right, well, whatever the hell this is right here, that's your last higher low. I'd be respectful of that. Does it trade a little bit higher first before it tries for a correction and puts another higher low? Maybe yes. This looks like an extremely 4.5 million market cap, so extremely low market cap. That's the problem with these things, is that it really doesn't take too much to get a massive move in both directions. But I'm inclined to say it probably actually does continue here more. I'm inclined to say that it probably continues like somewhere between here, and then tries for another pullback and tries for another higher low. Very difficult with these sort of things. I mean, this thing does not trade. Like 24-hour volume, $24,000. Not a lot. Not a lot. That was PR Lito 9mm. All right, we have Brem Laquan says perp. All right, just give me a moment here. I need to look at some more shitcoins first. All right. Oh my God, there's a lot of requests here. What's the last message that you're pointing me towards? Oh, all right. Well, fair enough. Yeah, that was enlightening. That was a very enlightening step into the world of like deep inside the shitcoin drawer. Fair enough. More power to you. I mean, those. I mean, look, with high risk comes high reward, but also extremely high risk, extremely high probability of getting your Angus absolutely fucking destroyed. Anyways, this thing, perp protocol, again, like a lot of the 2021 shitcoins, not as interesting as a lot of the other things we've seen today, but is going to continue from here. It has the markings of a breakout. High or low at already your yearly highs. Weekly momentum freshly turning up, getting out of the bearish control zone. I'm inclined to say it probably guns for like a $3 move. I mean $2-3. Bullish as long as you're above last week's low. Just, looks like this. That's the problem. All right, more water from me. Degen Moonbag 41 says, knee stock monthly. Man, you are not living up to your name at all. You're asking for like a real stock, but you're Degen Moonbag boy. What the fuck? That is a very bizarre day. We have girls commenting, and we have Degen Moonboy. Well, if this isn't the rolling hills of distribution, I don't know what is. Wow. Ugly. Very bearish as long as you're below $65 on the monthly. Does it try for a bounce here short term? Maybe. The second you see this thing go back down below 52.75, I would be looking for this one to have a big washout move, probably even fill this wick back down to your October 2023 lows. Don't know what this thing is, don't know what this thing does, but it's... People don't like it. I don't know, maybe someone drank their fucking energy drink and died, or had a heart attack. That's what it sounds like. It's always fun to like guess what produced these moves. It's more buyers than sellers, but if I had to pick a news story, that'd be it. It's like the old jacked formula, giving people heart attacks. Like it really was. I'm surprised I did not have a heart attack. I used to take Jack 3D to work out and also to have parties because cocaine was way too expensive. And fucking hell, man. The amount of sleepless nights I've had from that thing, not even realizing what I was taking, is many, very many. Anyways, look, it's probably going to try a bounce relatively soon. Maybe if the bounce does get above this high here from December, okay, I would reverse my statements and say this one's put in a low. But until then, I think it's just a bounce before coming lower. Yeah, higher term time frames pretty ugly here. So long term, like very long term, very long term bearish, but hard one right there. Aaron Shanarazi says Alice USD. Okay, another 2021 shitcoin. Remember this one, Alice, my neighbor Alice. This has got to be like an AI virtual reality girlfriend coin. I'm sure of it. By the way, you can find a lot of that shit on Steam. Like if you take off the Steam setting for adult friendly content or kid friendly content, it gets really fucking weird. Really fucking weird. Stuff that you definitely can't show on the YouTubes. Anyways, yeah, again, just another 2021 shitcoin that's just not interesting. Is it going to turn the corner here and probably try higher? Probably. Weekly, let's see. Not even as strong as the other ones, but above 140, which it's well above 140. I do think it continues on with this rally towards $3. I would negate that statement below 165. Below 165, I'd get bearish on this thing again, but daily time frame, I mean, it wouldn't take too much to get a pullback here, but I'd still be on higher low watch. Anything above 160 is a higher low. What does that smell? It smells like smoke. Why is the kitchen smoking? What? Is the thing on? Oh, you just put it on. Okay. All right. Elsa's starting to fire apparently. Can you turn on the fan there above the thing? What are you making? Sir, just wait for me to make you some damn food. Okay, I need to check on the fucking kitchen, guys. I'm sorry. Give me like 1 minute. All right. Definitely getting some sort of gas poisoning right now. I can tell you that. It smells like fucking gas in here. Need to get out. Okay. Anyways, we're looking at Matic now. Okay, we got like about 15 more minutes, guys, and then we got to shut this one off. But I'll do my best to get through as many as I can until then. But seriously, 15 minutes, and then we got to go. Again, higher low, volatility rising, momentum to the upside, probably going to gun for these February highs of last year, like 150-ish region overall. But that can take some time, of course. Bullish as long as you're above $1. Okay. Sir, it's way too high. It's way too fucking high. Like, shit's fucking popping over there. Like, what is she doing? What is she fucking doing? The singing bull guy says .USD, okay? Some more 2021 shitcoins. Sir, what did you put in there? Did you put something that you're not supposed to put in there? Did you put something that you're not supposed to put in there or something? Okay, all right. All right, should be fine. Okay. Again, same chart as what we've seen a few other times for the 2021 shitcoins. I won't repeat the same statements, but weekly momentum up, volatility rising, uptrend, respect it, probably gunning for like $14 overall. Bullish as long as you're above last week's low. Very simple. Yeah, as long as you're above last week's low, fine. But can very easily pull back. Just I'd be looking for a higher low. Again, guys, I'm warning you, for all the people who are commenting right now, we got to end this in like 10 to 15 minutes. And judging by the amount of comments right here, I don't think we're going to get through all of them, to be honest with you. Banana Man says super daily. All right, this is Elliot's shitcoin. It's quickly becoming one of my favorite shitcoins. Long term, this one very likely hits these highs, 180 to 250. What the fuck? That's a big range right there. What is this? $2 to like 250. Jesus. Short term, corrective. Again, I'd be on higher low watch here. Your last higher low is about $1. Anything above $1 is long term bullish. Let's see. Pulling back to any one of these is fine. Long term continuation implied. Shit, might not even pull back that much. I mean, again, these are like really intense rallies. That's the problem with them. Is that it wouldn't take too much to get them on a pullback, but I think it's got more upside first. Brendan J says INJ BTC. Okay, we already looked at it versus USD, but if you want to see it versus BTC, sure. Not as good, but you know, of course that's true. I mean, it has to be much stronger. Thing is, I'd be on higher low watch here again. Let's see. Probably tries for a higher low somewhere around here. If it fails there, probably somewhere around here. If it fails there, then it fails. It's coming down much more. Looking at the weekly, I think it's going to be corrective for a while. I think it's hit its highs for a while, and it's going to be corrective. You're going to see bounces, of course, along the way, but Corrective overall. TLT weekly. Okay. Not the person to analyze bonds, but I do think they bottomed. I do think they bottomed overall. Are they going to come back down and retest around this bottom? Yeah, $88. I'm not a good person to analyze bonds, though. I think you need like a specialist to analyze bonds, and that ain't me. That ain't me, man. Let's see. Kevin Franco says, please do Harambe on Solana. Is this real? Or is this that fucking stupid gorilla? It is real. And it's been around for 2 months. I don't know, man. It's not enough history here, really. Again, it's gone on a phenomenal run. Where can it pull back to? Probably at least here. Maybe more so here. But I'd be on higher low watch long term. It's correcting still for a little while longer, I think. 0x0 says crypto CLVY. 0x0. Okay. It's a new one. Never seen this one. Oh, it's an AI. Bullish on the 4 hour. Daily also bullish as well. Above 33 cents, I'd be looking for continuation to new highs. Above 33 cents on a daily. Only bearish if you come back down below a quarter. Oh, that's versus USD, by the way. I couldn't find versus Ethereum. Jacob Virgil de Dios says BitF. Oh, there's BitDerps. Yes, I remember this one. Let's see. Corrective. It kind of makes sense too with the halving coming up. Like these guys are going to lose out on a lot of revenue. I think you've hit a high here. I think this one comes back down closer to like $2. Weekly stochastic momentum is the guide. As long as you're below 285, this one is corrective and lower to go. Yeah, I think you've hit a major high right there. Here's your last major low. You know, probably fills out the space. Sideways and down. Sideways and down. Let me take another sip of this water. I've almost killed a liter. Okay. Yakaroni El Yak says Brett. All right. Boom. What do I choose for this one? Who the fuck knows? Maybe versus Ethereum. Not a chart. That is fucking zero. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. That's not a chart. Zero would be my analysis there. Bojan Malik says, can you check out, what the fuck is that? Creo? Oreo? Something is in front of your, is it Oreo or is it Creo? I'm guessing it says Creo. What? I did Brett. No, what the fuck? Can you speak in the English alphabet though? You skipped PQT, PKT, you mean PKT. I don't know if this person actually commented, but I'll look at it just really quick. No, I have not looked at that one. All right, I'll look at it after this one. This one, again, phenomenal run here. I think it goes sideways for a while, probably tries more upside overall, but correct, you know, is corrective the right term? Sideways is probably the right term. Sideways in this range. Don't know how long it takes, but anything between this range is long-term bullish. Probably something like that. Give it its time. All right, PKT. Is this it? All right, let's see. PKT Cash. Sounds legit. On Bittrex. Bittrex is literally not even an exchange anymore. Let's try MXC. Okay. It's very new. Let's hit its highs. Let's find out where the next higher low is. I think it's corrective a little while, you know, at best, something like this, but I'd be on higher low watch. Let's see. I'm guessing the 382 comes in around range lows. No, 50% levels at range lows. Something like that. He's just spamming it. All right, sir, if you keep on spamming, we're just going to, like, ignore it. But something like this, man. I think it tries for another higher low, but it's going to be sideways for a while, I think at best. Below 28, whatever the hell that number is, 2.8 tenths of a cent, I would call this one pretty bearish and probably goes for like almost a full retrace back down to whatever the hell this number is here. Okay. Let's see. Got that one. Got that one. CRO. Oh wow, I'm actually at the bottom. Holy shit. Patrick is the last one. Kronos. They renamed themselves to Kronos. Isn't this crypto.com? It's the same thing. Wait, what? Okay. Again, another 2021 shitcoin, but very, very similar to the other ones. Like, look, I do think it's going to break out here. You have the markings of a breakout. Weekly momentum to the upside, breaking into the bullish control zone, volatility rising. You've confirmed an uptrend, higher highs, higher lows. Respect it. Next area of interest to the upside, probably somewhere around here, 20 cents. Do I think that's going to stop it? Probably not long term. Probably trades up towards 30 cents long term. And holy shit, we actually know we're not at the end. We have one more. ICP. Weekly ICP. Jesus, man. Yeah, you can say no more. My voice is pretty wrecked, and I'm also hungry, and we have to leave soon. Okay. All right, ICP. Literally like the same chart that we've seen a few other times for the 2021 crop of shitcoins. This one a little bit stronger, I do think, just because like volatility is contracting into this breakout, which is kind of weird. So I do think that either means that it's that either means it's about to fucking explode and it's barely even got going here, or it's not going to break out at all, and this just going to continue to go sideways for a while. But has to have to call a breakout above like 1550 on a weekly closing basis, and at that point, I mean, very likely going to hit these highs from like 23.5 bucks. I don't think things would stop there long term. I think that you actually trade above 30 bucks long term if that happens. Only bearish if it comes back down below 10 bucks basically long term. I'm inclined to say monthly very likely continues to the upside. Wouldn't be surprised to see 30, 40 bucks, sometime later this year. We have some spammers. Look, if you spam, you're just gonna get bammed by Mr. Bear Nutrition. He's gonna take you out. All right, last one for Hex Derps. All right, looks at Hex. See where this one is. I called a loan this one a while ago. Let's see if it's still, yeah. No, I do think Hex is going to be bullish long term, regardless of your thoughts on the project, regardless of your thoughts on Richard Hart. It's got the same markings as what we've seen many other times today. I think that this one has seen the lows. It's going to be sideways and up from here. I wouldn't be surprised to see a move towards like upper 2 to low 3 cents in the next few months, maybe even sooner rather than later. Only bearish if it comes back down below like 0.6 of a cent. I'm Cornholio. I'm Cornholio too. That's probably a good place to leave off on this one. Do you guys want to look at the dwarfs? We can look at the dwarfs. After I made my video, like, I realized, holy shit, if I make a video about these things, they actually do pump. That's crazy. It's also not good, so I'm not going to make another video like that ever again, I don't think, or at least for another year. Maybe in like 3 months from now, I'll make another video. My top favorite shitcoins, my top favorite scams. I'm going to name it that again, just so that people. It's so crazy. It's like people on both sides hate you. Probably a good sign actually as well. Probably on a good pullback right there, guys. Again, we have to stop these fucking super chats. Like really we do. I'll do this last one, SEI, but seriously, done. Like done. We've been warning for a while now. Done. SEI pulling back into a higher low. Long term strong. Long term uptrend likely continues. It's just, the question is, where's this next higher low? Might even try right here, actually. Have to like it long term as long as it's above 57 cents. Below 57 cents, I'd turn bearish on it. Until then, I'm just on higher low watch, and this actually might be it here at 77 cents. If that fails, maybe 65 to 70, something like that. Yeah. All right. That's it. We really have to end it right there. We have to go back to the hospital, get Elsa checked out for some shit. What's up, C-Perk? Good morning to you, man. Jessica, holy shit. My top favorite scams for Brett, says Jessica. Jessica has some good calls, to be honest. I'm still laughing at one of Jessica's fucking what's it called? Instagram stories like a week ago or something. It's like, how do you explain to normies what this space is? I talk with grown men and say meow and communicate in fucking cat sounds. I was at Starbucks when I read that, and I just burst out laughing. I thought that was so fucking funny. Like, what the hell? It's a very accurate description of a lot of these fucking scams too. All right, so you're saying Brett is the best scam, better than your fucking meow scams. All right, fair enough. Play the dwarf song. Actually, last time I played the dwarf song, my video got delisted, so I'll try to hold off on this time. But you know what? We'll end on that note. It's been a nice, fun stream. We'll continue to do these at least once weekly, maybe twice weekly if things get really crazy. Maybe Bitcoin makes a new all-time, we'll do it as well. I'll upload just the Bitcoin analysis later today. It's been an absolute pleasure on this nice little Tuesday day. And we'll end it right there. As always, I want to wish you the best. Take care. Much love. See you hopefully next time, maybe with some new all-time highs. Thank you very much, Daniel Aubrey. It's been a great stream.